Almost everyone has heard of the famous country singer Dolly Parton, but what many people don't know is about her early love with another huge star, Johnny Cash. When Dolly rose to fame in her early teens, she was quite taken with the star, and they shared some intimate moments. If you're a fan of Dolly's or you simply want to learn more about this big shot's love life, make sure to watch the whole video. We've saved the best for last. Early career. Dolly Parton was born in 1946 in the small town of Locust Ridge, Tennessee. Parton's parents got married when they were 15 and 17 years old. The couple then went on to have 12 children, meaning Dolly had 11 brothers and sisters. She recalled using her voice from an early age to gain attention with her parents, who were justifiably busy raising her many siblings. Once she learned to play guitar and sing, it really caught the attention of her mother. Every time a guest came to their house, Dolly's mother begged her to play one of her songs. Though it wasn't easy raising 12 children, her parents had an undying love for each and every one of them. Her parents' love and care for her inspired many of her hit songs down the road. She claimed growing up in a small town was tough as a child and influenced many of her songs and aspirations. Dolly always knew she was meant for fame, and she didn't plan on stopping until she reached her dreams. The small-town girl found her music lungs when she was very young and has been singing for as long as she can remember. Dolly wrote her first song on her front porch in Tennessee when she was just 5. She recalls singing to the chickens and farm animals her family owned. She used a tin can as a microphone and sang her heart out for years to come. Dolly claimed her fame at an early age and grew her career from the bottom up. When she was just 6 years old, she began to sing in her church choir. By about 8, she had already begun to learn to play the guitar her uncle bought her. Her uncle Bill Owens proved to play a vital role in her interest in country music and her climb to success. Dolly and her uncle frequently went on trips to Nashville so they could watch other country music singers perform at the world-famous Grand Ole Opry music venue. When she was 10, she got her first real shot as a musician with an audition company. The audition went so well, she remembers feeling like a star when she left. She envisioned her future and made it a reality in the years to come. She was invited to the Cass Walker show, and he loved her so much he offered her a job for $5 each show. With the affirmation of a celebrity, Dolly knew she was going places and refused to let up on her dreams. With her dedication to music, she got the chance to perform at the Grand Ole Opry at just 13 years old. She first met country music star Johnny Cash when she did this performance. Her first record. Dolly began writing and recording her first record, titled Puppy Love, when she was 12. Being from a small town, Dolly had no one who was available to drive her to the recording studio in Louisiana. She and her grandmother got tickets for a bus ride to Louisiana, but after they got off at the first stop, they were lost. Dolly's grandmother had never left their hometown in Tennessee, and Dolly was just a young girl. So when they got turned around, they found it extremely difficult to ask for help. Eventually, Dolly spoke to the clerk at the station, and he pointed them in the right direction. They were told they had to wait overnight to catch the next bus going where they needed. Dolly remembers comforting her crying grandmother in the bus station overnight. After days of fearful travel, the couple made it all the way to Louisiana. The next day, she began recording her first album, and the rest is history. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. And stick around for more about Dolly and Johnny Cash. Who is Johnny Cash? Johnny and Dolly come from similar roots in small-town America. Cash grew up poor and turned to music for solace. He grew up singing music in his family's church and by the age of 12 considered himself a singer and songwriter. Unsimilar to Dolly, he didn't have a country music career until he was well into his 20s. He rose to fame when he released his hit album titled Johnny Cash with his hot and blue guitar. Cash went on to release several groundbreaking albums that pushed the boundaries of country music at the time. He captured the hearts of young girls all over the country when he became a music legend. Unfortunately, his career in music was not as vast as it could have been. He notably struggled with substance abuse issues throughout his life and career. This brought trouble to his role in music and his home life. He did overcome adversity and is still arguably one of the most influential artists of all time. When did the stars meet? The stars met when Dolly was just 13 years old performing at the Grand Ole Opry, though the first time they formally met was when Johnny introduced Dolly at her performance. Dolly had watched Johnny Cash perform on stage a number of times prior and was immediately taken with him. She says when she saw him on the stage for the first time, she felt paralyzed. Parton traveled back to the music venue in Nashville many times over to see the legend perform on stage. Lucky for Dolly, she continued on in the music industry to become a huge success and had many more opportunities to be around Cash and eventually perform with him. The two remained close friends throughout their careers and worked closely together on several projects. Dolly sang with the star many times over the years and used him as inspiration for many of her songs and music style. How did Dolly feel about Cash? Dolly was charmed by Cash at an early age. She went to see him perform, and these experiences arguably fueled her flame for country music. The outspoken star is not shy about much, even admitting in a recent interview on The Tonight Show that when she first caught a glance of Johnny Cash on stage, it was the sexiest thing she'd ever seen. Her early memories of the star still stick with her today and help drive her to stardom. She proceeded to discuss how Cash was the one who taught her what sex appeal was. The two stars never had a genuine romantic relationship due to the fact that Cash was married and almost 15 years older. Though her adolescent feelings were never acted on, Parton admitted her feelings for Cash became an inside joke between the two stars, and even Cash's wife, June Cash. Dolly continued to have an artistic admiration for Cash's music and even covered his famous song titled "I Still Miss Someone." Where are the stars now? Sadly, Johnny passed away in 2003 in Nashville. Though he's gone, he's still regarded as one of the best country music musicians of all time and one of the best artists in Hall of Fame history. His music still lives on today in the hearts and minds of millions around the world. Dolly Parton, however, is still alive and living well in Brentwood, Tennessee with her longtime husband, Carl Thomas Dean. After marrying him in 1966, Dolly went on to become one of the biggest names in country music. She branched out from music as well and appeared in several movies, TV shows, and is a big-time philanthropist. She transformed her career from just a musician to a household name. Her music transcends genres and is covered by many artists all over. Dolly even continuously released Christmas music that's a holiday staple in many regions of the country. Her most recent business venture is her YouTube channel, where she uses her unique voice to read bedtime stories to children across the world. It would be an understatement to say Dolly has made her mark on the industry. Though she remains a big star, she'll never forget the people and places that inspired her on the way to the top. Did you know about Dolly's romantic feelings for Johnny Cash? Let us know in the comments below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.